now mid-June, and this is the garden and backyard update. The rainwater tanks are almost full. As of this point in this month, they've actually paid for themselves based on the amount of water that they've saved me from having to purchase from the city. The garden itself this year actually took a pretty heavy blow when in early March we had a really bitter cold spell where we got down below freezing, and I had already transplanted all of my spring crops. So I lost a lot of stuff. My lettuce here did terribly this year. My squash didn't do that great. My cucumbers are taking a long time to come up along the back there. These beans had been eaten several times over. I've replanted them 3 times now because of a vermin of sorts. I'm not sure if it was a raccoon or a can't remember what it was that was climbing over the fence, but it was some little critter that was having fun at nighttime and eating my stuff. The beets did okay, but probably only about 30 to 50% of them actually took. I think that cold spell kind of shot them back. Basil and dill obviously did very well. Carrots did extremely well this year compared to previous years. And then all of these crops were ones I actually had to buy as starter plants to replace all of the ones that I had tried from seedlings to transplant into the garden, but they died. Beans are growing along this backside here. I have 2 rows of tomatoes and then a row of peppers, and I'm just waiting for it all to boom. The grapes along the fence, you can see on those posts as we come through here. Those are all doing decent, but not nearly as good as the ones on this little trellis here. All the doggies are at play. This set of grapes here is actually doing the best out of all of them. This one has grown up this whole thing and actually has quite a few grapes growing along the vines here. So that one's doing really well. And the backyard is actually coming along pretty good with grass compared to last year especially. And all the flowers are in bloom, including this cute little Bink dog over here. Hey Binky. Hi buddy. Oh buddy. And his brother who just can't handle not being in the picture. Little Atlas and little Titan and little Luna. And we've got all sorts of bulbs that have come up, and they're doing really well. We fertilized all the beds this spring around the exterior of the yard. The gardenias have come and they're on their way out. They're waning now. You can see all the browning flowers, but there's still a few white ones on there. Those are actually really fantastic. The amount of fragrance that comes in the backyard from those bushes are really, really nice. We have 2 of those. And what else do we have? I think everything else has been in here. The pond's still doing really well. The water hyacinths have taken over yet again, as they always seem to do. And these, I pull them out of the pond in about, I would say, 3 or 4 pounds worth a day, or about an area that's, all the fish are out begging for food. Hey, fishies. They're pretty friendly too. You can pick them up pretty easily. But I pull out an area a little bit bigger than that to feed them every day, and I put that in the composter so that I can have some nice fish waste in the roots of the hyacinth as part of the compost. So that fish waste makes great fertilizer, and Titan loves his fish, of course. And this year the red myrtle, which was planted 2 years ago, is just starting to bloom, and it's really nice. It's finally coming in. It's gotten much taller. It was probably about 6 inches when we first got it, and now it's about 6 feet tall. I just missed it behind me, but there was a big frog or toad that jumped in the pond. Some little critter having a good time. And what else? And then we got a new red maple. There's a gentleman in North Carolina who actually has a patent on this particular one. It's a deviant or child variety of the dragon's blood, and he breeds them or crossbreeds them or whatnot here, and has made his own variety specific to this location. So when I got all my plants for the garden, I got that little guy too, because you always need new plants in the garden. And then the vines, the trumpet vine especially, Over on this side here is doing really well, growing up along the gazebo. The other vines haven't gotten quite there yet, but they're working on it. And the other gardenia is doing very well. Potted magnolia actually bloomed this year. Last year it had a hard time and it didn't do very well. And then the hydrangeas, they're actually doing okay now, but they had a tough time because of that cold spell as well. But surrounding them are two giant pear trees, which are doing fantastic, which is kind of hard to see because I'm facing the sun now, so that's going to be difficult to kind of show, but those are actually doing really well. You can see this one here is now probably about 25 feet tall, and it was only about 6 feet when I first put it in the ground a year and a half ago, so it's doing pretty good. Can't complain. So overall, the backyard is coming along pretty nicely. Other than our little setback in the springtime, which was very, very abnormal. I think it was the coldest we've had in 100 years. It was, we broke a 100-year record from, I think, 1915 or whatever. We hit below freezing in mid-March this year. But luckily the Arboretum locally has all your starter plants you can ever imagine, and all the master gardeners over there are very helpful in making sure you know how to get your garden going if you messed it up. So I hope everyone else's garden is doing well, and soon there'll be another update.